I'm using this as a backdrop because this has a lot to do with what's being discussed today. I've got so much to say, and it's just for a few people who can understand, who have done the research, who've done the studies, who can follow my thinking. And I have found my audience. I have found my audience. My audience are people who are very close to me. Most of them live in Texas, and we grew up together. And yeah, sisters and brothers, sisters in laws, and others. Greetings, everyone. This is the Moslem Ministries. They start calling us Muslims to hide our identity as Muslims, to make us a part of the fictional Middle East, to destroy our heritage. This is sort of what we call paper genocide. It's so real, y'all. It's so real. So these are things I want y'all to study because these are things I researched, starting with the Nationality Act, the foundation of this country, up to the modern day Alien Registration Act, Alien Enemy Act. All this is about us, the colonized people, so-called African Americans, black, Negro, colored, who through paper genocide have been taken away their identities and used as property still. And this prisoner status has increased since the 60s. It hasn't got better. I was born in the 40s and we owned our own communities then. Well, let's say we operated our own communities. We had control over our neighborhoods, our schools, our businesses. We didn't have to go begging them people for jobs. So all that had to be destroyed to make us really real slaves and not even know it. This is a form of slavery of the mind where you're working on other people's dreams and ideas and you have none of your own. You're going to another people for everything you need to live and you want them to treat you right and you don't even respect yourself. You see, when I grew up, we took care of our own because our institutions were destroyed. You know, we had our own hospitals. Yes, we had hospitals in every major state, every major city. We had hospitals in real schools, not in doctrinary program colleges. No, we had real places of learning. My mother quoted some Latin to me. This is what they was learning in school. So they had to stop the advance of us because if we allowed to continue advancement, we would outshine the so-called whitey. This is what this all about. Fear of competition. On an equal playing field, you can never outshoot a Michael Jordan. Now that's in the physical realm. What about the mental realm? What about the Michael Jordans on the mental realms that we all are by DNA, by blood? This is why you had the one drop rule. Because you could not compete with us. You had to. make us enemies of the state. And as I said, this enslavement, this prisoner status has increased in my lifetime. Now, through forced assimilation and integration, you don't have no neighborhood, or very little to speak of. You're forced to live around people who despise you. You're given an inferior education that makes you a beggar, makes you want to fit in to people who don't even want to look at your image. Oh, it's sad. It's really sad. So that's what I talk about. So if y'all on the same line of thinking, we can talk about quite a few things. And as another one of my mentors, I want y'all to look up and follow is Jonah Bay. Jonah Bay, JONAHBEY. He has taken our study of who we are as a people to another level. And that's one of my mentors. I have my own line of thinking. Well, I'm emphasizing the social aspect. He's into law. My emphasis on, you know, when I first started school, I wanted to go into sociology because I thought that's how we can address our problems in the social realm. But the more I investigated, I said, man, all this stuff is corrupted. I was disappointed when I didn't get the organic chemistry to get into the medicine, the sciences. Then many years later, I found out that would have been a waste of time as well. If I just relied on what they was teaching in medical school, because they wasn't teaching medicine. They was teaching how to push drugs. That's all they're teaching. And a few doctors you can use what you learn, but you got to redirect it to natural healing, to what they took out of the schools, the curriculum, what they took out, the natural, the herbs. They took all that out. Rockefeller did that out of the schools. So whatever you're learning, whatever these institutions are teaching you now, is nothing compared to what it was back in the 30s, 40s, when we had our own institutions. Oh, yeah. So, this enslavement, prisoner status that we're in now, didn't just start with a birth certificate and a social security card. That's what drove us deeper into it, because we've been tracked ever since we've been here. That's what the census was about, to find out how many of us here and where we are. That's why you have all these melanated men incarcerated, because they pose as the most threat, and they fear the rise of a black messiah. That's why the FBI was set up. And all these people who are operating in this pseudo government are criminals. Now, the trumpet came to address this problem. That's why he's hated. He's hated because he is addressing the criminality of all this. See, he knows us. He grew up with us. He know the scams. because he was part of it. He's trying to change his image to create a legacy. So naturally, this man will be hated venomously because he's off code. Everybody else is on code. Don't you find it amazing that anywhere you go in America, you can feel the same vibration from the people? Indifference. And that's not a bad thing. Matter of fact, indifference is the highest level of awareness. So don't take it personally when people are indifferent to you. I don't like being singled out because you're going against code of indifference. So anything you tell me, I'm highly suspect. It's a con game you got on me. So I've been speaking in code, and for those who can understand it, I'm going to show you some things of how to get out of their matrix, because you didn't even create this matrix. It's for them. Not only are you the architect of it, because you allowed these things to happen, but you're the oracle as well. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about because you don't know the meaning of the movie The Matrix. You don't know what it means. You have no reference point to how that applies to your daily life because you have not read, you have not studied. Your pineal gland has not opened. Okay, this is what I want y'all to do. For those who want to understand and grow with truth, get you a Rubik's Cube. Rubik's Cube. You figure out how to spell it. Learn how to solve it. Learn how to solve it under 20 minutes, and then I'll take you to the next step. Now, this is for your mind, your brain power. It's going to take you a minute to do that. It may take, depending on your dedication, it may take you a few weeks or a few months. For those who are slow, it may take you a few years. But then when you do that, we can go further. This symbol here represents the 7 chakras of the spinal. There's a lot in this movie. Ulysses, Agamemnon, Penelope, a lot of information. But that's all we're going to talk about for this time right now. So we'll keep in contact with the evolving of the consciousness. And I want y'all to stay with me, those who can grab a seat or hang on to the roller coaster, because we're going for a bumpy ride. Thank y'all for stopping by.